Currently in the driver's seat in the AFC South, the Jacksonville Jaguars are one win away from winning the division and punching their ticket to the NFL postseason.
Perfect.
So for context, before we jump into the rest of this video was recorded before we had any more status updates on Damar Hamlin. Obviously, sending the best wishes, best thoughts that we possibly can to him and his family. The scary situation that happened on Monday Night Football, that obviously the NFL suspended the game for following this very scary incident. So with the context of that, for the later parts of the video, I just wanted to at least address that, as things may sound a little funny later. Obviously, thoughts, prayers, best wishes to Damar Hamlin and to his family, the Buffalo Bills, and their team as well. Very, very scary situation, but we do, again, I would like to send my best wishes and best regards to Damar Hamlin and his family. So on to our content. The Jacksonville Jaguars, the center stone of this video. A very interesting and a very wild turn of events have set the Jacksonville Jaguars in position to win the number 4 seed in the AFC playoff picture, win the AFC South after starting the year off as the number 1 overall pick holders. Wow, what a crazy turn of events. And the number 1 factor for that crazy turn of events is the head coach hire of Doug Pederson, the former Philadelphia Eagles Super Bowl winning head coach. Doug Pederson has been the absolute igniter that this team needs to propel them into just general success. And I know at a 500 record currently, at 8-8 right now, you know, it's saying, oh, well, I mean, that's not a terribly impressive record, but being in a position to win your division regardless of the circumstances is, in my opinion, still pretty dang impressive. So a team that went from number 1 overall pick with a terrible head coach last year in Urban Meyer, a wasted rookie season for the number 1 overall pick last year, and a generational talent that is Trevor Lawrence, to now being a playoff contender, potentially, with one more win to go over the very tough rival that are the Tennessee Titans and Derrick Henry, the thorn in the Jacksonville Jaguars side. They're going to be playing this upcoming Saturday. The Jaguars just have to overcome Derrick Henry. Is no Ryan Tannehill, and just overcoming Derrick Henry and the Titans defense really is the key for this team to try to make its playoff push, try to make its Super Bowl aspirations become possible. And the Jacksonville Jaguars are doing things, honestly, in an incredibly exciting way right now. Trevor Lawrence is top 10 in the NFL in passing yards, passing touchdowns, QBR. Travis Etienne, their star running back, has been playing phenomenal football so far this season. Top 10 rushing yards leader, has been a key part of this Jacksonville Jaguar offense. The offseason addition of Christian Kirk, he's top 20 in the entire NFL in receptions, touchdown receptions, and yards. And of course, the other key pieces they have added around this roster, not to be forgotten, Evan Ingram, who spent a very unfortunate time in New York, being that must really for the New York Giants, but has succeeded very much so for these Jacksonville Jaguars. They've put together a lot of very good, very exciting young pieces that work so incredibly well in this offense. The Jacksonville Jaguars are, again, just a very fun team to watch this year. I'm rooting for these Jacksonville Jaguars personally. I'm excited to see just what they could maybe do. Maybe they could shake up the NFL playoff picture, who knows? But Trevor Lawrence, the success of year 2 with an actual NFL head coach, is nothing to be scoffed at. I think the Jacksonville Jaguars are on an upwards trajectory. Very excited to see just what they're capable of. What can they do? What maybe can they surprise some people with the potential playoff run? But they do just have to get through that thorn in the side. Once again, the Tennessee Titans. So the real test of wills here seems to be the unfortunately underperforming Jacksonville Jaguars defense that's ranking in the bottom half of the league in a number of statistical categories. But the main focus just has to be slowing down Derrick Henry. I mean, no Ryan Tannehill in the picture for this game. Joshua Dobbs going to be getting the start over Malik Willis. So all you have to do is slow down one guy to potentially punch your ticket to the NFL playoffs, punch your ticket to the opportunity to play for a Super Bowl in, again, a very crazy turnaround of a year. So really excited to see what the Jaguars are going to bring to the table this upcoming weekend. I think they absolutely have the tools, they have the will, they have the gusto to make this NFL playoff push, but all they got to do is topple the King Derrick Henry. So with that out of the way, let's move on to our picks for the final week of the NFL season. So starting things off with our Saturday slate, Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. I think I'm going to take the Kansas City Chiefs here to try to get that #1 overall seed. And again, as I'm recording this, there's still a lot of fallout to be sifted through between the cancellation, or I guess suspension, of that Cincinnati Bengals and the Buffalo Bills Monday Night Football game, sorting out what's going to happen exactly with that. So this is kind of in the context of those question marks being up in the air. But with that being said, I think the Chiefs are going to take that matchup over the Raiders, get that first round bye, and at least let their starters run around for a bit and make sure they're not super rusty coming out of a potential, again, round 1 bye. And then the Tennessee Titans, Jacksonville Jaguars, Jacksonville punching their ticket to the playoffs. In my personal opinion, I think they're going to get the win on Saturday evening. Then the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. If that matchup still happens exactly on time, then I'm taking the Cincinnati Bengals in that matchup. Sunday slate, New England taking on the Buffalo Bills. I think Buffalo, considering a few things, may just elect to bench their starters for this matchup. They are already guaranteed the division title. They're going to the playoffs. I think if Kansas City locks up that #1 overall seed, Buffalo just takes an impromptu bye week to rest their starters before the playoffs begin, and the New England Patriots sneak their way into that 7th seed. Now, Tampa Bay Buccaneers have already won their division, so I think the Atlanta Falcons are going to win that matchup. Tampa takes an impromptu bye week to sit their starters. Minnesota Vikings taking on the Chicago Bears. For playoff seeding alone, I think Minnesota is going to play their starters. Give me the Vikings in that matchup. Houston Texans, Indianapolis Colts, give me the Houston Texans. New York Jets taking on Miami Dolphins. New York Jets closing the door on the Miami Dolphins season. No Tua Tagovailoa. At least that's not what it's looking like. I think the Jets and Mike White could very well pull that game out. The Carolina Panthers taking on the New Orleans Saints. Give me the Saints. Cleveland Browns closing the door for the Pittsburgh Steelers and their playoff hopes. Give me the Cleveland Browns in that matchup. LA Chargers, Denver Broncos. I think the Chargers take an impromptu bye week to sit. Give me the Broncos in that matchup. New York Giants taking on the Eagles. The Eagles locking up the 1 seed and their division title in the NFC East. Give me the Philadelphia Eagles. San Francisco 49ers hosting the Arizona Cardinals. Give me the 49ers trying to play for better playoff seeding. And then the LA Rams taking on the Seattle Seahawks. Give me the Seahawks to effectively close the door for the Detroit Lions, who are playing on Sunday night. Dallas Cowboys, Washington Commanders. Give me Washington, as I think the Giants like to take an impromptu bye. Sunday Night Football, Detroit Lions, who are not going to be in the playoff picture if I'm correct. I still think they upset and close the door on the Green Bay Packers in prime time Sunday Night Football. The Detroit Lions with a major upset to close the door for Aaron Rodgers and the Pack, putting the Seattle Seahawks into the playoffs. And with all that being said, thank you so much for watching the video. Of course, feel free to stick around and watch some more content. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and of course get the bell on to know every single time I'm dropping a video. My name's Tristan Rines. I'll catch you in the next one. Adios.